Okay, there's a 3.3, deciding which system to use. Well, deciding whether to use SI or metric all depends on what numbers you're given and what measurements are given, and which seems to be the easiest or the hardest. Some people like to work in imperial, feet and inches and miles and yards, and some people like to work with the metric system. All depends on what business you're in and what trade or what situation. Let's do a couple of practice problems. Complete. Use the charts inside the back cover. Okay, so in the back of your book you've got conversion charts. You've got formulas, so you can use that to help you here. But 1 inch is about 2.5 centimeters. 1 centimeter is about 1/2 an inch, approximately. 1 mile is about 1.6 kilometers, and 1 kilometer is about 0.6 or 0.6 of a mile. Okay, an official marathon is 26 miles. Every day Karen runs along a path that is 6.2 kilometers long. Right away we're talking about the metric system here and the imperial system. How many times would Karen have to run the full path length to run the marathon length? Okay, so we know that the marathon is 26 miles, but she runs 6.2 kilometers every day. At some point we're going to have to convert kilometers to miles. What is the marathon length to the nearest tenth of a kilometer? 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers, so 26 miles times 1.61 kilometers per mile. Let's take our calculator. Let's turn it on. And let's go 26 times 1.61. That is what the conversion ratio is in the back of your book. And we get 41.86 kilometers. 41.86 kilometers, or about 42 kilometers. The word about. How many times would Karen have to run the full path length to run the marathon length? Well, we know marathon is 42 kilometers, and she practices 6.2 kilometers every day, so we divide that by 6.2. Sorry, just a little glitch in the smartboard here. 6.2 kilometers, so 42 divided by 6.2. Let's take our calculator. Let's do 42 divided by 6.2, and approximately 6.77. Okay, so Karen would have to run the path length about 7 times. Okay, it's approximate. Okay, so how could you have solved the problem? Or sorry, how could you have solved the problem by converting a different measurement? Well, what we could have done is we could have taken the 6.2 kilometers and we could have converted it to miles right away, and then taken the 26 miles total for the marathon and divided into how many miles is 6.2 kilometers. So we could have gone that route as well. Either way, we get the same answer. Example number 1. Alex works at an airline counter using the guidelines on the sign when checking bags. Which bags are under the size limit? So, we look at the size limit for baggage. If we add the height, the length, and the width, it cannot exceed 157 centimeters. So, the airline company that he works for uses the metric system or the SI system. So now we've got 3 bags, A, B, and C, but all those measurements are in English, in imperial. Okay, so what we need to do to find out if we're under the 157 centimeters is we're going to have to add up those 3 dimensions in imperial. Add 17 plus 26 plus 11 for case A, 32, 15.5, and 14 for case B, and 30 and 20 and 13.25 for case C. And we're going to have to find out, convert that to centimeters and see if they fit. Okay, so let's go to the second page here. So now, what is the airline size bag of A in inches? Well, airline size, length plus width times height. So for the first one, we've got 17 inches plus 26 inches plus 11 inches. So we add those 3 numbers up. You use your calculator for that. 17 plus 26 plus 11 equals 54. So we have a total of 54 inches. What is the airline size of bag A in centimeters? Well, we know we have 54 inches total. We have to convert that into centimeters. Multiply that by 2.54. So we take our 54, we're going to multiply that by 2.54, and we get 137.16, approximately 137 centimeters. Okay, so it says complete the chart. It doesn't matter what you call each side, but length is often used for the longest side. So airline size in inches is 54. Airline size in centimeters is 137, so it fits. Okay, let's do B. Case B, the length is 32 inches. Okay, the width is 14 inches. And the height is, oh, we got this reversed here. The height is 32 inches. And the length is 15.5 inches. So let's add all those numbers up together. So I've got 15.5 plus 14 plus 32 equals 61.5. 61.5. We have to take that 61.5, we multiply that by 2.54. Multiply by 2.54, which is our conversion, to 25.4, by 2.54. And we get 156.21 or 156. That one is under the limit, which is good. Let's go to bag C. Okay. Our length is 20. Our width is 13 1/4 or 13.25. And our height is 30. Okay, so let's add up all those dimensions. So we get 20 plus 30 plus 13.25, and we get 63.25. Multiply that number by the conversion rate of 2.54 centimeters per 1 inch, and we get 160.655, or close to 161, about 161. That one is over the 157 limit. So that one would not be allowed on the airplane. Which bags are under the 157 centimeter size? A and B. How could someone solve this problem in fewer steps by changing the centimeters to inches? Well, we could change each length, width, and height to centimeters right away, and then we can just add them up that way, or we can add them all up in inches and we can convert it that way. So it doesn't matter where you convert in the process, as long as somewhere you cross over from one to the other. Okay? All right, go ahead and do the practice.